I'm back. We're celebrating new music with Josh Todd. Of course, the 11th album coming, but we got to congratulate you, man. The last few records, Warpaint, Hellbound, Volume 10,
Yeah.
consistently, even through the pandemic, you guys have been bringing it, putting it
Yeah, and this
down.
and we got an 11th record here.
Oh, man.
I'm not even gonna say the title of it, and it's so good. And
What, what,
we just finished recording. We're waiting for the mixes, and it's the songs are really great. Can't wait for everybody to hear it. That'll drop next year sometime, and
oh,
that's
yeah.
it.
We'll talk about Marty Fredrickson because I know
Marty
he's kind of
Fredrickson, yeah.
the secret weapon. He's the, sixth member of the band, so to speak.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
talk about that songwriting connection with you and Stevie and him and how
Yeah,
he
well,
kind of completes the circle.
Yeah, our relationship with Marty goes way back. We co-wrote "Sorry" with Marty way back on 15, and then so on, and Black Butterfly and Confessions. Marty was all a part of all that. So it's just unfortunate that we didn't get to continue with him because of the politics in BC at the time. So, long story short, it's been great to be back with him. I don't ever want to do a record without him, and he knows that, and he understands this band for, what makes what's special about Buck Cherry, bringing out those elements in us. I think we bring out elements in him that, he likes to, and we work as a team. We do what's best for the song, we leave the egos at the door, and we get to it, and we always make great stuff, so it's been just it's been a lot of fun making records.
Yeah, well, that's what it's all about, getting in a room and not leaving until you know you got a killer album
Yes, sir.
and something you can be proud of and tour your ass off and not be, apologizing for anything and
Yeah.
knowing that Marty's got a studio in Nashville, so you can kind of get out of town, get away from everybody, and kind of focus on your music. And of course, he's got a depth of roots. He's got his Aerosmith and Ozzy and Motley Crue roots, but he's also worked with country and pop artists and Carrie
Yeah.
Underwood and Faith Hill and all that, Daughtry. So he's got. I always say the deeper the well, the stronger the water. You've got something to really draw from.
Yeah, and he's got a mini me. His son is Evan Fredrickson, and he's on this record too, and was on the last record, and he's really so Marty-ish, and he's gonna be a big player, down the line too. He's great. He's very talented, and just like Marty, like Marty started on drums. That was his instrument, and then he eventually got into songwriting, and he can play guitar, and he sings, and he does it all, and he's just really, he's always writing with somebody at all times, so he's just a wealth of information, and I always learn so much doing records with him.
Well, I'm so glad you guys found each other. And speaking of that, latest addition to the band, Billy Rowe, what an amazing,
Lovely
rhythm
guy.
guitarist,
Love
also a
Billy.
songwriter. And he's a luthier, man. He knows guitars. He makes guitars. He
Yeah,
works
Rock
with a
and
lot
Roll
of bands.
Relics.
Yeah,
Rock and Roll Relics is his
right here in
company,
North
and
Hollywood.
he makes amazing guitars. Yeah, and if you're a guitar fanatic, you should check out his company, Rock and Roll
Oh,
Relics.
yeah. Billy Joe Armstrong from Green Day, all sorts of people using his
Yep, big
guitars. And
names. Big
yeah,
names.
no, it's amazing to have. It's kind of like having a muscle car, in a new chassis or something. He's got all the new technology, but then he's got that worn look. He's got the guitar that looks like it's been through 5,000 shows.
Yeah, yeah. They really put those together nicely to make them look, vintage, they're sick, and they sound great too. He just fixed one of my son's guitar. My son plays guitar, and he fixed my son's guitar and intonated it, and like it was like so lovely, and the guitar sounds so good now.
Yeah, and I know it's so important to have good people on the road. You work so hard on
Yep.
making these albums, and it's so important, besides the, hour or so on stage, you got to
Yep.
hang with these guys. And I know Stevie
Yeah.
G goes way back with you now. And
Stevie's the longest running guitar player in Buckcherry.
oh, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's absolutely phenomenal. Like I said, we spoke to Stevie in depth and Billy, and what an amazing unit. And I know you're doing these shows with Scorpions, and that might be out of your punk rock
Yeah.
wheelhouse a little bit. But when you're
Oh, that's
talking
gonna
about
be great.
AC/DC and we're
Yeah.
talking about Aerosmith and all that,
Yeah.
Scorpions celebrating 60 years. What's that like? Just to know, to be able to look up at a band that's been doing it since the 60s.
It's incredible, when I was in high school, all the girls liked the Scorpions, Um, they really loved the Scorpions, and I didn't know a whole lot about the Scorpions at that time. And then I, my first high school sweetheart, she was into the Scorpions, and so she got me into the Scorpions, and then I became a huge fan, and to know that we're playing with them is like it's incredible, so we're really looking forward to that. We're gonna soak it up and learn as much as we can and bring, what we bring to the table. And I think, they've already sold for all the shows. I think we're already like at 70% tickets sold, and we're not even close to, like, it's in March, I think. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, that's
yeah,
incredible. Rudolph Schenker, of course, the older brother of Michael Schenker, and been doing it since those early days with Uli John Roth, and super legendary. And of course, what can you say about Klaus Meine, the singer?
amazing singer, amazing singer.
He like Angus and Malcolm. They may be small in stature, but he's got that voice, and he
I don't know.
protects it.
I don't know that yet. I haven't met him, so
Well, he's short in stature, but he
okay.
makes up for it with the voice.
Yeah,
And
whatever.
I know the way they structure these shows, there's at least a day off in between shows, so you can
Yeah, yeah.
kind of
There's a
chill
lot
in
of there's a
Vegas.
lot of days off. That's one thing we figured out.
Yeah.
Like, man, there's so many days off, you know. But anyways,
Yeah, man. They love to bring it to the people. They rock you like a hurricane, and all the hits come out. And I
yeah,
just remember Southern California loving Scorpions. They played so many big shows. I remember when they played Anaheim Stadium with Iron Maiden and everybody back in like 1980.
yeah.
So
But Sin City with Buckcherry and Scorpions,
oh
it's a must see. You gotta go.
oh
It's
yeah,
gonna be fun.
no,
It's gonna be fun.
it's one of the all-time lineups. Want to encourage everybody. Hopefully, we can get you back on when you can say the name of the new album because I'm dying. We can't pry it out of Stevie, and you're not
Yeah,
letting it
yeah.
out yet.
No,
So
our manager is like he's really drilled that point home. Don't mention anything.
yeah,
So I gotta be true to
you
that.
want to
We
make
just
the you want to make the big unveil. We understand that,
yeah, yeah, yeah. But
but
you're gonna be happy. Everybody's gonna be happy who loves this band, and we're excited.
oh yeah, every time I see you, man, you never phone it in. You never giving us half baked. And like you say, even if you're dealing with a cold or some bullshit, when it's showtime, you flip that switch, and
Let's
that's
go.
all that matters, man. Is
Let's
laying it
go.
down, hearing all the crazy bitches and all the sorries and all the great songs, the lit and all that. So,
Yep.
Josh, thanks so much. Always
Thank
a
you,
pleasure
man.
speaking to you. Look forward to great things coming up.
Great interview. Nice talking to you. Be good. See you soon.